Good morning, good morning, good morning. This Big Mark coming at you again in your face with the real. My MRI was pushed to next Friday. My insurance had to get together. Thank God for my children and my son-in-law being on a home team. Ain't nothing like having your children around you when you grow old. And man, parents, treat your children right. It's gonna count later. Yesterday we talked about residual and lifelong effects from abuse. Lifelong effects, and one of mine was claustrophobia. Another one of mine that I had to deal with, like to share from abuse, was I had trust issues, so I needed constant reassuring. In my marriage, mostly through over half of my marriage, I needed to constantly be reassured. I need to be constantly reassured because those who were supposed to nurture you, build you up, and mold you, shape you, were the ones that tore you down or abused you. You you lack that self-confidence, you lack that self-esteem. So I needed that reassurance. And I needed it from my wife, and I didn't realize I was wearing her down. And I didn't understand why, but I understood later that it was enough for her to be a wife to me. It was enough for her to be a supporting wife. But I also was asking from her only what a mother could give. And I was putting too much pressure on her. That which only a mother could give, I was asking from her. And, it's that baby in me that needed to eat, they cry. When they need to be changed, they cry. When they need to be held, they cry. I had to learn to shut that baby up. Because I'm not a baby no more. And a woman ain't got time to baby no man. Most of you guys are pushing away your spouse because you're putting undue pressure. Or you're pushing away your partner because undue pressure. It's hard enough for her to be a woman in these days and time, and a complete woman, without her having to mother you too. Women inadvertently do the same thing, especially if they hadn't been without a father. They look for a father figure in a man, and men are having a hard time just being a man and being a husband, let alone a loyal husband. And when you expect a father figure too out of that man, you're expecting too much. There's too much pressure. So we got to shut that baby up. We got to stop being spoiled. We got to let that wife be a wife and not your mother. You got to let that man be your husband and not a father. It's enough being a father for the children that need it. And then being a husband. Same with a mother. A mother's job is, 24/7 with the kids. She don't need a grown kid. So what we didn't get from our past, we drain from our spouses or our partners. And it makes a very unhealthy and stressful relationship, and ultimately you push them away. These long-lasting effects that abuse causes takes time, it takes healing, and those two things are called the process. Respect the process, dig deep with its self-discipline, but you gotta shut that baby up. That which I didn't get from my mother, that which I didn't get from my father, I get from my Creator. Those of you who are not believers, you're gonna have to dig deep. You're gonna have to dig deep in your will, and you have to dig deep in your discipline, and you gotta respect the process and time. But your wife is not your mother. Don't expect her to be. Baby girls, your husband is not your father. Let's stop putting undue pressure and only expect what is expected. And that's going to be rough enough. All right, then. Appreciate you. And remember, falling is a lot like flying to hit the ground. So keep your head up. Peace.